Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with a Stellaris Let's Play. Yes, that is right, I have early access to Stellaris. This is the review version, so to speak, so it is not actually, the release version, but it should be fairly close to the release version, I'd say. Anyway, what is Stellaris? So, Stellaris is actually the latest strategy game from Paradox Interactive. And by the way, Hearts of Iron 4 is coming out as well, 1 month after this. And I'm very excited for both Stellaris and Hearts of Iron 4. Stellaris is a mix of like 4X and the Grand Strategy, so it is not quite the same as Europa Universalis 4 or the previous games. This is a bit more, how should I put it? This is a more ambitious project by Paradox Development Studio, Paradox Interactive. Anyway, let's delve into the game. So what do we have here? Well, let's go back to the menu so I can show you exactly how things are. You have all of these options, but let's just hit new game because that's what we want to do. So as you can see here, you have like different, how should I put it, different preset species or empires that you can actually pick from. As for myself, I actually already created one, and I'm gonna show you how. Essentially, if you press create new here, you're gonna create a new one. But I'm gonna go back and select the one that I have actually already created for you guys. So it's basically the same thing here. You can choose whether or not you want the AI to spawn this empire or not. But anyway, where did I... Oh, there's the edit button. So here's the appearance that I have chosen. We have Melian and first icon. Then we have the name here. I just randomized everything here and generated the adjective as well. So yeah, because I'm not very creative, so that is why. And for the ship prefix, we select human 1. This oh, what? Oh, no, this is ship prefix, which we haven't selected anything. But for the name list, we use the human 1, and this selects the leaders, planet, fleet, and ship names, essentially. Because we selected human 1. So you can see here that it actually changes, but yeah, human 1 is what we have selected. So those are just names, nothing that changes the gameplay. Now here is a very interesting part. You can pick traits. So that is definitely interesting. And what have I gone for here? Well, I went for... Well, first of all, let me just show you what you start out with. So you start out with 4 trait picks and only 2 trait points. And as you can see here, there are a ton of different traits, and all of them have different costs. Each of them costs a certain amount of trait points here. Because of our 4 trait picks, well, I mean, we can choose some of the negative ones, the bad ones, so that we can actually gain extra trait points, which is interesting for sure. But anyway, let me just hit back because I don't want to edit that. So let's go back to the traits here. So what have I selected? Well, we have Thrifty, so this means 15% extra energy credits. We're also Intelligent, which increases our tech output, so I feel that's pretty good. Actually, let's remove Thrifty because we want Industrious. Industrious gives us more minerals, and minerals are generally more desired than energy credits, I would say, in this game. From my limited playtime, by the way, I have played for this game for about 3 hours, so I didn't really... 3 hours? Actually, let me check right now. No, I have played it for about 5 hours, but still, I know not even nearly enough what I should know. But anyway, I just chose 2 of these negative ones. Habitability, which is like, and then repugnant, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad, but I don't want anything like this, so weak isn't good either. Sedentary. Yeah, we don't want any of that. Decadent. Nah. So yeah, we have non-adaptive, which is kind of bad because it reduces adaptability. Repugnant, which is alright, because what I'm planning to do here is I'm planning to purge every single race, species that we encounter that's not ours. So yeah, we are gonna purge a lot. But yeah, intelligent, industrious, very necessary. So let's go to ruler now. As far as I know, this doesn't really matter too much. It's just like all appearance stuff. As for name and class, well, this is also quite important. So this is a homeworld name. Again, it's randomized. Starting solar system is interesting because you can choose from 2 already preset solar systems, rather, and you can also choose a random solar system layout. So I'm just gonna go with the Earth one. Now this is also interesting here because you can choose what type of world your species has a preference towards, as in how well can your species adapt to certain different worlds. And let's say we picked this one. So if we have this one selected, adapting to obviously the same type of world is very easy because we don't need to adapt. But adapting to, say, something like ocean or tropical world is not very difficult either, but it's definitely harder than, say, going to another continental world. And now it gets progressively harder the farther away you get from the continental world. So for example, adapting to Arctic world is going to be more difficult than adapting to ocean world for us. And adapting to tundra is going to be basically impossible, for instance. So there's that. Now if we have city appearance, obviously we picked mammalian. Also doesn't matter for from what I think, anyway. So government and ethics. This is also very, very, very important here. So we have all these different options, and again, you have 3 ethic points that you can spend. So you can pick, for instance, 3 moderate ones, 3 moderate ethics, or 1 fanatic ethic and 1 moderate one. So personally, I decided to go with a fanatic militarist. So there's that. Perhaps spiritualist might have been better. And as you can see, these are the opposites of militarist and so on and so forth. Anyway, depending on what you choose here, it's gonna affect your ethos, so to speak, and the government type that you can choose. So for instance, right now we don't have many options because we're xenophobe and militarist. We can't actually choose the other ones because, for instance, we don't have materialist here or fanatic materialist, so that is why. But I think I like the military dictatorship is nice because it lowers upkeep, and each ruler can build an oversized ship. Military junta can be nice too because ship cost and lower ship upgrade cost, so that's nice. I think it's either military republic or military dictatorship. I think I'm gonna go with the dictatorship just so we don't have elections because, you know, I don't like elections. Now for the empire name, again, it's randomized. Flag is pretty much, well, we just chose this one because it looks pretty cool. As you can see, there's tons of customization options right here you can choose from. Starting weapons, this is also interesting. I actually don't know exactly how the weapons... I have actually no idea how the combat actually works in terms of mechanics. But like, there's different types of weapons, as you can see here. You can choose between projectile weapons, energy weapons, and missile weapons. Then we also have a starting FTL method. You can unlock the others as you progress, but it's very important to choose a good starting method. As you can see here, warp travel is selected because it really is the easiest one. You just very flexible, so to speak, even though it's not the fastest way to travel. Now for the ship appearance, we went with this, and also I'm just gonna go back, hit edit, and go back to our government and select military dictatorship again, so yeah. And actually I'm gonna go back and see if this actually properly edited. It should though. Actually no, it's stuck on, it didn't change, so I'm gonna go with military dictatorship, yep. I'm just gonna hit done here. And now we have to choose a galaxy size. Personally, I'm gonna go with something that is small, elliptical. I'm gonna make sure that we don't have any advanced AI stars, so you have as many AI empires as possible. Difficulty normal, allowed FTL method any, Iron Man mode on, of course. And now, let's hit the magical play button. So we've hit the magical play button, and we can see here a little tutorial. Well, it's not really a tutorial, it's just like the, how should I put it, the introduction to the game. So as we hit begin, here we have the solar system that we actually start out in. And this is the year in the top right. So what do I want to do right now? Well, it's simple. Select the science ship. Go into galaxy map by pressing M, right-clicking our solar system, pressing survey system. Now the construction ship, and actually I'll keep the military fleet here. And our planet here is going to build. We have pretty good food surplus, so what we need is extra minerals. But unfortunately, we can't build anything that uses minerals right now, so there's that. However, we can build the basic science lab, which would increase our tech output significantly here. We could also clear a couple of those, but we cannot afford that right now. We want a lot of minerals, which, as you can see, well, we have like 8 produced. But ship maintenance is costing us to lose a couple, but that's alright. It's just sad how we don't have any other ones that, you know, increase the mineral output. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually create you know, this is actually difficult for me because we already have a lot of food, right? So these guys are working tiles, so they're not actually working on useful stuff. Well, actually, well, tiles are useful, but buildings are more useful, is what I meant to say. So what we want to do here is build the mineral silo. No, let's not build the mineral silo, because we don't need that right now. We have plenty. We have like a huge possibility of storage, and you never want to store minerals anyway, I think, so that is not very helpful. We have tons of energy credits. Well, actually not tons, but should be enough. We do want more, how should I put it, more mining. That is important, and we cannot upgrade because there's no upgrades available. So that's kind of bad, but we will use our minerals anyway on stuff around here, so it's not a problem anyway. But actually, let's take a look at our government and our policies. So we have static war economy, that's fine. Slavery is allowed, that's fine. Purge is not allowed. Huh. Alright, because we're not collectivist. So I just made a massive error, because now we won't be able to purge people even though we're like xenophobes. Yeah. No, don't change. Don't change. Orbital bombardment is full. Yeah, go crazy. Migration, primary species only. Yeah, that's fine. Resettlement is allowed. Yes. Voting rights, elitism, leadership. Obviously that. Being aggressive, because yes. Alright, that's fine. Now I have all these edicts, which I'm not gonna touch because we definitely want influence. However, what is important is to go to the technology. So we have the physics here. Blue laser is nice, and the power hub is awesome. It's planet unique as well, and the solar panel network. And they're so cheap. 86 months. This is 43 months. You know what? Power hub does produce a ton. The solar panel network is nice. But you know what we want, and it's blue lasers. Because we're military. However, we do want the New Worlds Protocol, even though space combat is nice for the naval capacity. We want New Worlds Protocol so we can get colonies. Then here is probably going to be this, even though this is awesome, because it increases the space support level. And armor would be good too, but we want to have better mining. Mining is very important. But anyway, that's it for the first episode. It's basically more of a setup. So hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you